What words came to mind when you thought of God? Loving, punishing, distant, unreachable? In this lesson, we are going to unravel any limiting beliefs that keep you from fully connecting with your own divinity. Our beliefs about God aren't just abstract ideas. They shape our very sense of self, our worth, and even the freedom we feel in our lives. If we're taught that God is judgmental or punitive, that can make us feel small, unworthy, or even fearful of our own power. Let's explore this together and see where we might be holding on to ideas that no longer serve us. For much of my life, I was conditioned to believe that God was watching my every move, ready to judge and punish, just waiting to send me to hell. There was this deep-seated feeling that I was somehow not enough or inherently flawed because I was told we are born sinners. Even after stepping away from organized religion, that fear still lingered. I'd find myself worrying, what if I'm wrong? What if all the things I was taught about God being punitive are true? Even as I explored spirituality outside of religion, there were times I'd hesitate to share my beliefs or practices. I remember feeling a pang of guilt, wondering what my more conservative friends or family might think if they saw me post something about tarot. It was like I was still living in the shadow of judgment, even if it was only in my mind. I even struggled with it with my children because when they would ask about God, what God is and why don't we go to church and that sort of thing, I wanted to tell them what I was learning, but I still had the voice saying, you're wrong. You can't teach them that. They're going to go to hell. Many of us grew up with the idea that God was keeping a tally of our sins, watching for any misstep. This kind of belief is incredibly effective for control. It keeps us small, keeps us feeling like we need someone to save us, rather than realizing our own divine power. When we're taught to see God as punitive, it's easy to feel like we're never enough. There's always a fear that we'll fall short, and this eats away at our sense of worth. We start to internalize this idea that we're not worthy of love, success, money, or happiness, that somehow we need to earn those things or constantly prove our goodness. What does the word God feel like to you? Feel it in your body. Where do you feel it? When you find it in your body, do you feel love or is there fear mixed in? Are there any beliefs you hold that make you feel small, unworthy, or afraid? Don't overthink it. Just jot down what comes up. Sometimes the things we don't even realize we believe are the very things that are holding us back. For me, one of those beliefs was that any form of power or pride was sinful. I'd been told that humility meant being small, being quiet, and not drawing attention to myself. And if anyone knows me, you know that that is not my nature. So it was a struggle. Even after I began exploring my spirituality, that belief would creep in. It made it hard for me to fully step into my power because in the back of my mind, I felt like being powerful was wrong. In God consciousness, there's no external deity waiting to judge you. Instead, there's a divine presence within you, within me, and within everything around us. You are part of this expansive, loving energy. There's no separation, no judgment, only love and potential. Let's sit with this affirmation for a moment. I invite you to close your eyes and take a deep breath and say to yourself internally or aloud, I am an expression of divine love and power. Notice how those words feel in your body. Do they feel true? Do they challenge you? Do they make you feel icky? Either way, they're working to reprogram beliefs that have kept you small. In your workbook is the reflection prompt. What beliefs about God or the universe feel limiting or disempowering? I encourage you to write down where you feel it in your body, what thoughts come to you in your workbook, and return to this practice as you continue exploring God consciousness. Reclaiming your beliefs about God is the process. It doesn't have to happen all at once. But with each limiting belief you release, you make more room for the divine love and strength that's been within you all along.